Indeed. Last time you finished off the two gangs. Well, not completely, but at least their leadership is gone. So more than likely...
Well, I mean, I thought we killed their leadership and the townspeople killed the rest.
Yep. More or less. Afterwards, you were pointed out to the hideout of the one that you have been searching for, Venom Skin. Not too long after, you headed out. It is I wanna say it's like a 2-day hike.
That's not the 2-day hike.
Yes, here we go.
As we're en route, I will say, Tanix talking to Sappa just kind of goes, you know, we didn't need to be nearly as worried about the two gangs as we actually were. They folded very quickly when directly confronted.
The funny thing is, the book expects you to just go and side with one of them and like do the big fight between like all of you. There is the path that you guys took, which is literally the easiest. Just sit back and watch. But the book just assumes that, yeah, this is probably the path that the agents will take.
It is most fortuitous that we disable some of the more grander schemes without the presence of that strange xenoform and the retrieval of that strange armament.
True.
They likely lacked the staying power to complete their full capture or defeat of one another without exceeding losses that the town could rally against. I assume that their leader, if they were equipped with the armor, would have turned into a blood frenzy slaughter of the innocent individuals.
That I cannot deny, honestly. Even now, without tapping into the other capabilities of this suit, I know for a fact he would have been nigh unassailable without a psyker if he had it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fuck, could you imagine unnatural strength 2 and a armor of 6?
Yeah, he would have actually been virtually unbeatable.
I would have parried until he ran out of stamina.
That's actually what I did. Except I counterattack was it came in clutch. Because he was gonna hit me one of the times, but counterattack killed him before.
And if he would have hit, that would have been awful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
excellent.
After 2 days of hiking across scorching, treacherous infernos, the temperature rises dramatically. The source is obvious. In the underground twilight gleam 2 rivers of lava, oozing their way out of shelves of igneous rock. The rivers meet in a black Sabbath rapids, a churning mass of molten rock that dwarfs the tumbled ruins of scrap metal on the shore. Among the ruins is a hatch set into the ground. Had you not known there was something here, it would have been easy to ignore.
Well, it is excellent that the townsfolk were able to point us in the right way through their sincerity.
Agreed. Would have been a much more difficult task without them. Given that neither gang was willing to actually uphold a bargain and give us any actionable intel.
Funnily enough, I think the cadavers would have told you. Like, that was like the outcome, that if you worked with them, they would have told you this information also. But no, yeah, the dragons, it straight up says in the book that they will stab you in the back, like, almost immediately.
Yeah, that armor seems like I'm just gonna frenzy and stay frenzied and just not worry about it.
Aren't cornate cultists not supposed to do backstabbing shit like that?
Fair. It's not like... doesn't say straight out that they will stab you in the back, but more or less hints at the fact that soon as you have outlived your usefulness, they will kill you, like, directly.
Just like, alright, well, you've helped us, now it's time to take your skull for the Bloodfather, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, they probably... We didn't see much iconography. They probably weren't full cultists, so what it probably would have turned into is...
Oh no, they were like corn cultists. Not like proper... I'm not sure, like, it doesn't like to say which degree, but definitely some kind of cultists.
Some kind of cultist.
They were definitely eating the cornflakes.
Yep.
I can see it.
Anyways, you have a hatch in front of you.
A hatch. Well, we would usually check to make sure it's not rigged with a bomb. So, all right, with our most amazing awareness.
Funnily enough, yes. Well, the book says a hard -20 search test, but since that's not a thing, a -20 awareness, I suppose.
Oh man, I need to go and grab my Chromebook. I'm gonna be rolling.
Yep. I think I can roll with the other two. I imagine that they wouldn't go anywhere. Oh, look at that! Fucking Vlad comes in in the clutch, even though he's not here.
Excellent. Oh, now we don't have to do it.
Yeah, right?
He points out that it is not trapped, but somebody has used the hatch recently. That the disturbed ash around it.
Interesting. Then perhaps somebody is within or recently. I hope what we search for has not been pilfered already.
Agreed.
Do you enter?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Grenade bouquet.
You go down
I
the
have
hatch.
my shotgun ready.
The interior of the buried land train is corroded and dirty. 3 carriages lie ahead of you, and you can see all the way down to the end of the train. You stand in a carriage that was used for storage, with ore containers stacked empty around you.
Okay.
The next carriage has several bunks racked against the walls, a field kitchen and other amenities. The field carriage looks like it was once a luxury passenger car, with lavish drapings and furnishings. You can see the figure of a man in a upholstered chair facing away from you, with a suggestion of bright patterns on his scalp. The figure in the chair wears a shabby pair of overalls. Underneath it, his skin is covered in bright electrodes, as he was a walking canvas for a work of vibrant and abstract art. His eyes roll to focus on you, and his lips work painfully as he tries to speak. The rest of him seems paralyzed. In his hands, he still holds a sheet of parchment on which a message has been written in a scratchy red inked hand. The room has a grand 4-poster bed, a portrait of Lord Sector Hax, various items of luxuriant furniture, and a work table covered in puddles of ink.
Hold on, I'm sorry. My mom is calling me for something.
Oh, alright.
Oh no.
Then I shall hold right there and I will read it to the end. Soon as you're fine to continue.
Yeah, no, you can keep going.
Actually, yeah. Ink, quills, samples of paper and parchment, and all other manner of forging gear. Everything has a veneer of threadbare age of wealth, turned shabby and patchwork with the years. Well, I even do this so everybody kind of keep up.
No.
There we go.
Right, here we go. Let's see.
I posted it in Roll20 and other important.
A portrait of the 4-poster of Lord Hacker. Then this appears to be the individual. I shall attempt to see if there is some salvaging this person.
You see that he's
keep a lookout.
completely paralyzed. He can do nothing but barely speak. In his hand is a note.
Yes. Alright, I'll get close to him and hear the note. I am the doctor guy after all, so. Just look at him, look at the note, see if he's dying at this moment or what.
Yeah, you can just see him barely hanging on. You can even. I mean,
how long has this man even been paralyzed in here for?
Probably has been poisoned or something. It's likely.
The portrait. Insurance. Evidence.
Insurance evidence. Oh, who's that?
Can I go and look at the portrait?
Insurance evidence.
As
yes,
he breathed his last, you have an opportunity to search the Kildare land train. You look at the portrait of Lord Sector Hax.
What a name.
It is quite a nice portrait.
That wouldn't be why he calls it insurance, though.
In the note, you look at it and it says that it's from a person called Jordy. And it says, informing Venomskin that he is about to die. That he's been poisoned. Seemingly made from whoever this killer was that was poisoned him.
Individual is experiencing a shock to his system. Some poison has been afflicting him. Should be mindful of his body and any other sudden wounds or breath of
I don't
particles.
suppose you have a solution to this poison?
I lack any special items or chemistry to handle this, but this individual is dead now. A phone call.
Unfortunate.
I do have to take this, unfortunately. Inspect the photo.
Yeah. We will further inspect the portrait for what exactly could qualify as insurance.
Oh, alright. You look at the portrait. What do you want to do with the portrait? I mean, it's really neat. Those watercolors are fine. Like, exquisite.
Don't know if that would be enough, though. Is there anything on the back of the portrait?
Alright, you take off the portrait off, and behind it, you see a data slate.
Aha.
That's what I was waiting for.
Well, let us see.
Alright, you open up the data slate. It is loaded with a picked file showing Calcilius / Ignito ordering Venomskin to fulfill his part in a man's called Varaine's plan. This is gonna be a long text, so bear with me.
Honestly, it might just be better to post it.
Fair enough.
Cool. Alright. Alright, sorry about that.
It's actually so big so that it doesn't even fit in the Discord's word limit.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I need to actually... Yeah, it's 11 words too long.
Wow. 'Tis indeed a very big text.
There you go. It's both in... Once again, in both.
The false tome of Drusus's writings can be created.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that text and I was like, oh my god, do I need to really read all of this? Also, the note in detail, I can actually post you that too. But you might as well wanna read that first. This will go into clues.
So
this is actually pretty blatant heresy. Okay. Wow. Like, cut and dry, direct heresy from the Arch Cardinal.
The simple
simple
notion.
I was expecting something more subtle.
This is very dire and dark. The simple notion that the greatest figurehead was said with such blatant disrespect and was not rebuked by any in the room shows that this organization has rotted, has formed has lost all function.
A church with a false preacher cannot stand. Now the question becomes how best to handle this. I think it's about time to acquire the aid of the Sisters' Convent and arrest Ignato.
If we breach and sunder apart the machine that they have built, we have only two faces, and one lies dead there, and another.
What seems to be the true arch machinator?
Even if Ignato is the most influential person here, there are still unknown individuals. We, at a desperate moment, perhaps we can enact a sudden purge of the system, but I fear that we cannot account for, however many individuals are here. We cannot account for each of those. We may have a problem.
Mm.
But I am.
My goal here is to focus on the Arch Cardinal. Everything else after that is another facet of this investigation, as I'm sure my current lord will grant a continuation to this. However, we only know two faces, and we have been prevented from entering the Cardinal's demesnes, so this might give us the clearance necessary with the Sisters to, in fact, pass.
I'm also of belief that this would be something that could be brought up with your. I assume you have some form of contact with your greater organization.
I don't know, DM, do we?
Well...
Yeah, you got dispatched here somehow.
We got dispatched here, but I don't necessarily know if we have a way to contact back unless it's just
you
us
sort of
leaving
have like
after
the
conducting this check.
interrogators contact info at least. But for that you might need to go back into your ship, basically. Which, I mean, at this point you're done with Infernus. This you have conclusive proof that what you need to do next at this point.
Yes.
Indeed.
Which, even the book says that, yeah, you are sent basically out to the trip back.
I see.
The Acolytes now have all of the proof that they need of Ignitos of guilt.
Yes, we do. There is one thing. It seems odd that this individual, this Venom Skin, was poisoned. And he has another note regarding his death, when we previously already had a note of his death. Did he escape an assassin? Leave one half of his note behind?
I think that's the same note. It's a little bit more detailed, though. I think.
No, obviously he's feigned his own death so he can escape. He escaped the
Shed
assassin.
skins like a snake.
You know what? We can do a little bit more because there's not like really combat here.
Oh,
The journey back would take some time, so I would give normally requisitions, but considering that nobody else is here, I think we can kind of leave that off for during the week.
Okay.
So for now, you are sent back onto your ship.
I'm sent back to the ship. That is nice.
Your patron Inquisitor has been given the evidence by your interrogator, sent out by you. And you get a word from him that he is dispatching you back to the cathedral to arrest or kill Archcardinal Ignito.
Oh, damn.
But however, the word has come down that this task is complicated with recent events that has transpired since that you went into the gunmetal city. A rumor has surfaced that the altarpiece in the nave of the cathedral has begun weeping blood, and an image of the emperor has begun speaking, imparting great wisdom to those who listen.
That sounds chaotic.
So your Inquisitor suggests you the utmost haste.
Sounds very heretical, in fact.
The Inquisition does not know what is really happening inside of Cathedral. But it is possible that Ignito is trying to destroy any evidence in the Cathedral of his wrongdoing. So your Inquisitor wants you to do much as you can.
Do as much as we can.
And he wishes you good luck on your journey.
I'm in it for the money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, will I be given like
Oh,
pay
right, yeah.
capable of?
And your interrogator kind of like shifts his eyes and he's like, "Oh right, your pay.
Yeah, that's right. We're in Dark Heresy First Edition, sort of.
Alright, let's see. Let me once again see how much are you both paid. Let's see, basic pay of around that, and your bonus.
Now I use my suicide vest and blow up the Inquisitor.
Let's see what will sub-bucket. A whopping 334.
Oh man, I could buy a car.
And Tannic gets 401.
Damn it.
Oh my god, I actually got paid.
Money. You can buy bullets now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was really like, I was prepping myself for the, Tanix gets 40.
It has a little note to it. Sorry, your money got lost by the bureaucracy.
Not the bureaucracy. Oh no, that's awful. Okay, so the party's been given the go ahead to arrest or kill Ignato, but there's definitely a lot of religious zealots that might get in our way.
Well,
Damn.
I know a set of armored women who are supposed to serve the Inquisition that we can definitely go and requisition a shield wall from.
So after about a 2-week journey back to the cathedral, you're sent by a Valkyrie gunship back to the cathedral proper. The magnificence of the Cathedral of Illumination contrasts with the vast horde of pilgrims that surround it, as a great sea of humanity has flooded the upper levels of Hive Tartarus. In the baking sun, they swarm against the walls of the cathedral, thousands upon thousands crammed into the area in front of the main doors. Shrines and chapels surround the cathedral are already aflame or collapse, and smoke coils from the cathedral itself. Burned out wrecks of emergency vehicles dot the scene, and the many Magistranum units are on the cathedral roof, sniping at pilgrims trying to scale the sculpted walls.
This is fucked. We were gone for like a few weeks. How did it go from like relatively relaxed, normal swell of mankind to we've all lost our fucking minds, gotta get in there right now?
There is even a little bit of art for you guys.
I'm not gonna lie, I think the thing that sends me the most is just the description of the, like, snipers on the rooftop taking people out.
We will have to be wary of.
Your pilot informs you that the cathedral has several Hydra flak cannons trained on their positions, so they have been ordered to land near the nave.
Well then.
We should not test this vehicle's metal against the armament surrounding that cathedral.
Haha, I agree. Let's do what they say. I like not exploding.
When you approach the cathedral by air, as you first arrived, by the landing pad adjoining the nave, you are confronted by a squad of Magistranum troops. A young man, his carapace armor covered in purity seals and devotional scripts, yells a command at you. His shock maul is gripped tightly in his hand and shows a fresh smear of blood. Behind him are a half a dozen Magistranum troops, armed with shotguns, their eyes wide and alert for danger. You there! This area is in lockdown. We have a state of emergency here. Identify and explain yourself.
We're the relic. We're the contingent hired to verify the quality and status of your relics. God, I forgot. Basically verify if your relics are real.
You guys see that their hands are just like on the triggers of their weapons. You look at them and they are a little like demoralized and just weary and tired. You can see the bags under their eyes. You see that their trigger fingers are quite clearly quite short. What you can see from their just like their condition.
Damn, brother, me too.
You appear to be so we're at like a landing platform, right?
Yeah, landing platform, correct. In fact, the book. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, you're saying in fact the book?
To talk down them, because this deputy here, you see that they're starting to bring down like handcuffs
certain bring what?
Yeah, they
They're
start to
down
bring out handcuffs.
They're going to try to take us.
Oh, okay. All right.
At this point, you guys can do me either a hard -20 command test or a challenging +0 platter or intimidate test. The book, I will tell you this much. The book says that an acolyte who displays an inquisitorial rosette at this point will gain a +10 to this test.
Well, command or
Also, if you are an arbiter, you may attempt a command test if they were already trained in command.
Damn, I am an arbiter, but I do not have that.
You don't have command?
Well, that's what it means, that if you don't have command, you can basically roll it as if you had command.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
what would that do for my roll? What would that be?
Basically nothing. It just would mean that you get your full score to test against.
So yeah, if you're not trained in a skill, it's like a -20 to -30 to make the roll, and then if you present the rosette, you get a +10. But command itself was a -20. So you're really just measuring up what is command -20 +10 if you brought the rosette out versus your intimidate or charm.
I mean, that's entirely up to you guys if you wanna pull out the rosette.
I'll use an intimidate, and I'll spend a fate point to give myself a +10.
I'm at 0. Like, I'm not training anything. Man, look at that. You're pretty good. That's a nice 100. If only you did that the other way around.
Yeah, right. I will re-roll that.
I have a fellowship of 24, and
you know what? Vlad will try to deceive them that you're supposed to be there. Nope.
But I'll re-roll mine, and I'll take out the rosette.
you don't do rosette?
Yeah, that's really up to you guys if you wanna use it or not.
Damn it! They're just like, that shit's fake.
That shit's wrong. Get that out of here.
All right. Does anybody else have?
Yeah, it's like we discussed. Do you really wanna pull out the rosette for some like random cards?
Nah.
All right.
I'll just take my fucking failure, I guess.
You'll dodge.
I'll eat that shit.
I do like how you whoever Gorkamort did, he rolled dodge at a 6. So I'm really glad you did that. You wasted a good 6.
I meant to roll deceive on Holax, the new character. But with a 6, I would imagine that that's a success. So Holax comes up as the priest, and he's like, "Let me preach his name," and just like convinces of the fact that you are in fact supposed to be there.
Glad to have him.
Yep, because I don't think my my +10 rerolls
With
gonna be
this,
doing anything.
The deputy kind of looks at you. Sorry. We have fought off frenzied attempts of thousands upon thousands of pilgrims trying to fight their way into the cathedral. We're badly lacking in sleep and ammunition. We were already ready to shoot you too, but glad to have somebody here that's not one of those frenzied pilgrims. Alright, you're allowed access into the cathedral.
Thank you.
You may proceed. At this
I take it pandemonium all the way down.
point, it might be a decent place. Let me see. Ba, 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 ba. Technically, we could continue a little bit. Next part is basically starting to be fairly important, so might be a decent place to honestly call it. So we'll have a little bit more for next time.
Okay.
Kind of a bad place to like. Yeah, probably would want to continue a little further, but with 2, it's kind of meh.
Yeah, I think it's good enough to go and stop. You said there's a new character coming in, a new player.
No, the last time Mustard decided that Mustard was quite fucked up, so he made a new character for last week's game, and he made basically a priest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, all right, I guess.
But we'll leave you with this. You go inside the cathedral when you first arrived. The nave has been barricaded with several makeshift fortifications set up across it, forming a defensive line in case of the main doors are forced opened. The doors themselves are shored up with timbers and stone columns. From here, you are free to go inside of the cathedral. And